Good evening. This is January 23rd, 2023. It's the Park and Rec Advisory Committee meeting. First order of business is the board would have to nominate and appoint a vice chair. That vice chair would serve this whole calendar year. In the absence of the chairman, they would actually conduct the meeting. So I'll turn it over to you guys to make a nomination.
Well, that's got to be y'all.
I nominate Rick Autry.
I'm going to second that.
I really don't know here. This is my first day back.
I mean, if you accept it, if you'd prefer not to accept it because you're not comfortable with, then we'll go to a second motion. But if you do accept it,
I really prefer to not to now at this point. All right.
I can do it.
Yeah, let's go over that.
all right, looks like y'all are up to a second hitter. Somebody needs to make another nomination.
I can do it, if you guys want me to do.
Y'all got to make nominations. I'm just sitting here.
I'm sorry, I don't know your name.
Jody.
I nominate Jody Espinoza.
We
I'll
need it.
second that.
I'll accept.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Sounds good. So you will be our vice chair, so you will conduct the meeting in the absence of the chairman. So if you want to start on the outline at the top, and we'll just go through each item.
Okay, sounds good. All right, first item on the agenda is, well, we did the vice chair, so father-daughter dance.
You got to call them, approve the minutes.
Yep. Yes, go back up to the very top, determine the quorum.
Okay, I approve them,
Nope.
do we approve the minutes from last meeting?
You weren't here, right?
Right, I was not here.
Okay. So we need to make a motion to approve the minutes from the last meeting.
Yes.
I remember that, so I make a motion to approve them.
I'll second it.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? There you go.
Okay,
Now we can move on to the father-daughter day.
right, next line of business is the father-daughter dance.
And we will turn that over to Kathy. She has been spearheading that. That's one of her events.
Okay, the father-daughter dance is scheduled for February 4th. It will be at the multipurpose building this year. It will be from 2 to 4. The theme is Under the Sea. We've hired a couple mermaids to come. They bring in their shell. We're going to do some photo ops with them. The two mermaids, and we've got another face painter, are going to offer face painting for free to the kids at the event. And then we've got a DJ. We did print 10,000 flyers that we've handed out to all of these schools that feed into Laverne. So hopefully we'll have a good turnout this year.
And I shared it as well.
Thank you.
And what was that date again?
It is February 4th, and it is from 2 to 4 p.m.
Any questions?
And you I missed it, the price of that?
It is free. We're not charging this year.
Okay.
So.
We're trying to build that event back up. At one time, that was one of our bigger events. It outgrew the multipurpose building, so we started using the gym at Waldron. COVID hit, our numbers started going down. Last year, we think we had 8 kids there. So we're gonna try moving it back to the multipurpose just to see if we can continue to grow it. Gym was really too big for us, and we thought what better time to waive a fee than now to get a little more interest in it.
And it is also open to everyone to attend as well.
Meaning not just fathers and not just daughters, it could be grandkids with grandma.
Correct. Correct.
Mother, son, it doesn't matter.
Right.
We're not turning anyone away.
Cool. Any other questions? All right. The next line of business is the Easter drive-through.
All right. We are going to have the Easter drive-through this year, just same as the past 2 years. It is scheduled for April 1st. It'll start at 10 a.m. at Veterans Park, and we have a rain-out date scheduled for April 8th, and that will start at 10, like I said, until supplies last. Usually runs about an hour and a half.
And this is one of those things also that we started due to COVID. Nobody else around, we had the traditional egg hunt, we put the eggs on the ball fields and the kids would come out and get them. COVID hit, so we were at the point where we weren't gonna provide anything at all. And we were one of the only communities around here that got something together. That's where the drive-through came about. So our staff and the library staff made up bags to give to the kids by age group as they would come through. And I know a lot of you guys participated in that. First year was a huge hit, second year was a huge hit, still kind of COVID related. So I think we're into the third year now. We liked it because each kid was getting something, whereas opposed to the traditional throw the eggs out and scramble, a lot of kids weren't getting anything. So that may be one of the things, this board wants to go back in the future to spreading them out on the ball field. We kind of like the drive-through just because we think it's fair for all kids.
I like the drive-through. We're not human barricades. And it's, we've tried it several different ways, either on different fields or on the same, but spacing it out. And it's, again, you have kids of different ages coming over after they've already hunted, or they're too big for this. And so it kind of stops all that. And again, you'd get to the end and there'd be that handful of kids that never got anything because the parents were picking up the eggs.
Yep.
And so I actually really like this drive-through.
We do too, and the prize eggs are still in there, so it's it's more, the kid has more of an opportunity to get that, because we don't know where the prize egg is, other than it's in one of the age group's bags. I think we're still giving a good quality product to the community, even though it's a drive-through. Like I said, at some point in the future, we may revisit going back the other way, but at this point, it seems to be working for everybody. I would say we're zero complaints, really. We may have a few grumblings through the grapevine, but nothing so massive that we feel like we need to alter what we're doing right now.
Well, most churches and most families and things, they have their own Easter egg hunt. So this is kind of a plus too. And if it's really cold, like my grandson will be 2 in February, and you don't want to get them out in that, but this way they, even if something happens and they don't get an Easter egg hunt, they're still getting an Easter egg hunt. Because, I mean, you could have the golden egg.
Yeah, and we still have the Easter Bunny on scene, so there still are photo ops. And I think a couple years ago, we may have even done
There's a virtual photo op
Yep.
that we offered a few years ago.
It was a lot of fun cutting up with the parents in the cars too, and the kids with the cars coming through. It was just a lot of fun being a part of that.
So what happens if families walk into the park? Is there like a walking area?
We haven't had any walk-ups.
Really?
I mean, if somebody does walk up, of course, we're not gonna turn them away. But it's designed for vehicles.
Oh, okay.
But like I said, we're gonna accommodate everybody.
Okay, any other questions? All right, next line of business, farmer's market.
All right. Farmers Market will be June to August again this year. We are proposing moving the market to Tuesdays from 3 to 7, which is what we did a few years ago before it went to Saturdays. We have reached out to the vegetable vendor, and he is available to participate on Tuesdays. Because that's where we struggle, is getting the vegetable vendor. There's so many competing markets on Saturdays that we struggle to keep a vegetable vendor through the season. So, and our numbers also dwindle through the season as well. And there were some requests on Facebook about going back to Tuesdays. And with the competition around, Tuesdays, I think, is a better fit.
Yeah, because you have Smyrna, you have Murfreesboro, you have Nolensville,
Antioch
like we're
opened one
surrounded.
last year.
Yeah.
So, but that's what we're working on now. is
Possibly
going to
some of those
Tuesday.
Saturday vendors at the other places will be able to make it on Tuesday here. Maybe
And-
we can grow this thing.
When we did it Tuesday a few years ago, I think we got up to maybe 15 vendors on a Tuesday. And towards the end of the season on Saturdays, we are less than that. So,
Are you gonna have it down here again?
correct, it'll be at the same spot as usual.
Do we need to vote on that right now?
No.
For Tuesday?
No?
Nope.
Yeah.
No, and that's just more, of course, we wanted y'all's feedback. That's kind of more of an informational thing. I think it would work better for us. I think we would get more play. we did move it to a Saturday because we were scrambling there. You know, it had bounced around locations so many times. It was here to start with, and it was at the senior center, and that wasn't very successful, so we moved it back. What we found out with the Saturdays was the first couple of Saturdays, it's gangbusters. Everybody's trying to get out of the house and get there. But the third Saturday through the rest of the season, we're scrambling to get vendors there. So if we lost our vegetable vendor on Saturday, then we really don't have a farmer's market.
Right.
And we did struggle with
Traffic.
vegetable vendors last year, so we have one that's committed to Tuesdays this year.
Great. Any other questions? And next item, the softball league.
I'm gonna turn that over to Andrew, and Rick may have some, information also, but Andrew, that is his.
Yep, the Laverne Baseball Softball Association, they're holding registrations right now. I don't know if y'all have seen the signs up and down Murfreesboro Road, but they're holding those till March 3rd right now is the tentative date that I've received. And they're holding a draft on March 5th for the kids. So they're planning on practicing the whole month of March, and then the opening day is set right now for April 15th. I know I've talked to Miss Julia Vestal about that. They're planning on doing kind of a big blowout, some inflatables, DJ, some vendors. So that's her plan as of right now. They are seeking sponsorships. So if you all know anybody that is willing to donate and participate in our league, of course, they're looking for volunteers also right now. But they do have, I'll give you some pricing on the age divisions. The coach pitch, it's $105, and the upper divisions is $125. She did say that includes all your uniforms, so. Well, like I said, they are also planning a softball coach pitch, if there's been interest in that also, she had told me. So they are looking at adding that to also from what they had previously put on the website. I know she's including that also today.
Have they already started signups?
Signups have started, yes. The website, universalsportsleague.org. She does plan on doing on-site signups in February also. I believe some Sunday afternoon. She didn't have dates for those yet, but when we get those will be posted on the billboards there on Murfreesboro Road.
What kind of turnout are you expecting?
As far as,
You have no idea?
that's hard to gauge, honestly.
We're at the point of trying to build it back.
We're trying to
so I
build it
think-
back.
I just
It's-
hope it works.
Probably going to be small this year. Hopefully we have a great turnout, but we're kind of wanting to lay the foundation this year to get things up and going and to grow it. Because they're starting from scratch basically. Because I mean, they're fundraising for equipment, supplies, getting the concession stands up and running, so.
So is Universal Sports League, are they doing marketing to try to push this out for people to know?
They do have some, like I said, they're looking for sponsors also. It takes money to
Right.
market.
Right.
And Mr. Rick Alter there, he's their head of sponsorship, so if he has any insight on that.
Yeah, we are actively looking for sponsors for the new sports league, for the new baseball, softball league. And for those of you that are interested in sponsoring, individuals can sponsor. We're obviously looking for corporations and small businesses, whoever might be interested. You will receive certain things for your sponsorships according to the sponsorship levels. There's 3 different levels of sponsorship. Well, actually, I guess you could say 4, because we wouldn't turn down more than the top tier there of level 3. We would, if you wanted to donate more, we would take it.
Right.
So yeah, 3 levels. They start at $150 for level 1 and go on up. And you can get on the website and look at what we've got there and get more information.
And if y'all have Facebook, go to their Facebook page, Laverne Baseball Softball Association, share it, so get the word out to the community.
Yeah, I've been sharing it everywhere, and then also Julia is in charge of the basketball league. And so my granddaughter is currently playing, and so I've had a chance to speak with her on some Thursdays and some Saturdays, and she is already on it. as far as some of the issues that people may have remembered from past leagues. They've already been addressed. There will be a schedule waiting when they start. And the rain-out days are mixed in there, just so if you miss a game, this is when you know you'll play. A lot of those issues have already in the process of being worked out. So you'll know when the trophy days are, when picture days are, the uniforms. I've already seen some samples of those, and I believe it's the same company that makes the basketball uniforms, and
That is
they're
great.
really nice. They're really nice. They are on top of it, but again, we need volunteers for coaching, for the board, for helping out in general, and we've got to get the sponsors in there because starting all over, we need gear and equipment. So anything anybody's got would be greatly helpful.
Yeah, one more thing I'd like to add is those of you that are considering your sponsorship, this is a nonprofit league. All of the money that we take in will go towards equipment and field rentals and other fees that are associated with the actual children getting to play ball. This doesn't line anybody's pocket anywhere. It's a nonprofit league, and I'd like to get that out there up front so everybody understands that.
What was the Facebook page that you said, Laverne Baseball Association?
Laverne Baseball Softball Association, and their website for registration is universalsportsleague.org.
I'm gonna say that I really hope it turns out better than some of our past have,
Yeah,
because
and I don't think, you know,
we've had some,
it's not gonna be a quick
issues.
fix by any means.
No,
because it's been
nothing's a
so
quick
many
fix.
years. But you were asking what kind of turnout we thought we would have this year. We know this first year, we're gonna struggle to get our kids back. But we had a successful, fall camp. We had a bunch of kids turn out. We had a bunch of young kids turn out, bunch of T-ballers, and that's where we have to start so we can keep those little kids and move them forward. I think realistically, it's gonna take at least 3 years before we see a turnaround. But as long as your numbers keep going and your organization is, has those organizational skills to move forward, and you're getting your games down, you're getting your meetings, your pictures, your after-team picnics. As long as all of that is scheduled and organized, I think you're gonna see it grow. Because positivity spreads positivity. So
yes.
we've always heard, even when the league was thriving, well, we're going to a different city because we don't like it here. Well, the next year, they're leaving that city and coming back. So that's what we want to do. Kids that are getting turned away from somewhere else, we want to bring them back to Laverne.
I will say in the in the basketball league, the communication is on point, and you never have any issues being able to contact her with anything at all. She's there. I feel like she will be at the ball field as well if you had any issues, but also she's putting together a board. So those people will be the ones that are there looking out for everything. And we've, the last few leagues, we've just not had that. We just haven't had it 100% all in. And I mean, I feel like they did the best they could with what they had, but it wasn't what we needed. And this is on the level that we've been looking for. And I'm really excited to see us get back on track with this. I feel like, every few years we were starting over. And that's a hard pass for me when you're paying money for a child to play and then, oh, well, they're not here that next year. Or, things just don't run like clockwork, like they should. When you sign a kid up, they just play. If there's, a rain day, well, this is when you're going to play, and pictures and trophies and ceremonies. Those things, like David said, as long as you have it organized, that's all parents want. That's all they want. As a grandparent, that's all I want. I want them to go out there and I want them to have fun. But on the adult level, I just need things to go as smoothly as possible, and I think that a lot of parents were feeling the pain of that as well. Hopefully, that is the end of that, and we get back on track.
Well, I hope that we have a lot of parents that
Will give us a
will
chance.
give it a chance, but we'll work with it too.
Yeah.
Because you've got to have your parents.
You do?
You've got to have the parents there.
Yeah.
And I know as my kids got into school ball older, parents never showed up. It was like, no, that I'm not coming. They dropped their kids off or leave them after school and didn't come. So I just hope that parents will come out and support their children and help too.
Yeah, I don't think we have an option. We have to make this work. We can't afford for this not to work because we've tried so many other things.
And we have a beautiful park. Everyone that comes here talks
We have
about
the
how
best
great
park.
it is.
We have the best park by far.
Yeah, so hopefully we have the perfect fit for a league.
I have total confidence this is gonna work now. I think all the pieces are in place to make this a really, really a good ball season this year. And going forward from the word of mouth, starting this year.
Universal Sports League is who we voted on, correct, a few months ago? Yeah.
They're basically just the parent organization that operates baseball and softball and basketball.
Okay.
So.
All right, any other questions? It looks like the next meeting will be February 20th at 6 PM here at City Hall. And I move to adjourn.
Well, we got to go through the board member comments.
Sorry. Board member comments.
I have no comments.
I don't think I have anything today.
Well, thank you for all of your hard work. I'm looking forward to these upcoming events. I'm a little sad that Miss Ellie will probably miss the father-daughter dance. I do believe we have a basketball game in that time frame, and but we'll be here for all the rest of it. Thank you.
I want to second that. I want to thank the Parks and Rec. Y'all have done a great job. Kathy's done a good job with programs. Andrew, I hope you have a smooth sailing with the baseball. Because I know what's gone on in the past,
And
personally.
Kathy is working on OTF, so hopefully next month we'll have
Okay.
a little updates on OTF.
Yeah, I did see an email about OTF, but, and I know that's a lot of work that's put into that, so I know that y'all don't get told enough how much y'all are appreciated, but we do appreciate all that the Parks Department does. You've got a great department, David, and I know you've put them together and it's a great department and do a lot for the city and for the citizens.
Thank you. All right, adjourn.